Welcome into Rink-Wide Toronto, presented by Bodog. Make a play, Canada's choice for free casino game sports odds and poker strategies. And tonight, the Toronto Maple Leafs play host to the Colorado Avalanche. And speaking of former Avalanche players, Ryan O'Reilly, a welcome sight for the Maple Leafs on the ice this morning, just 11 days removed from suffering a broken finger. Of course, he's not eligible to return from long-term injury reserve until March 29th and is not close to returning, but just getting onto the ice, getting his conditioning up. This was his first scheduled day to take the ice, so he was working with skills consultant Daryl Belfry, just doing that and getting himself in game shape so that when he is ready, the cardio and all that other stuff that comes with playing hockey is all good to go. Speaking of other guys who've not been around for a while, Luke Schenn joining the Maple Leafs for the morning skate as well as a session beforehand. And Luke Schenn's only played 2 games with the Toronto Maple Leafs as he awaited the birth of his third child, a daughter named Romy, on Friday. And so Schenn is back. The family is still in Vancouver and will join him in a couple of weeks' time. But Schenn certainly eager to kind of wear the Toronto Maple Leafs uniform here at this building at Scotiabank Arena. So he's getting re-acclimatized to the Digs, the team that drafted him back in 2008. It certainly has all the feels being back in the city where it all began. Austin Matthews is finding his groove again after he has scored in 3 consecutive games and talked about how it was a hand injury. That was the undisclosed thing that was kind of keeping him from feeling like himself. And so that's all well and good now, says he's turned a corner on it. And so that explains why he's kind of getting going here. It's going to be Calle Jarnkrok who plays with both he and Marner on the first line tonight. The Leafs weren't particularly impressive in that loss against the Buffalo Sabres on Monday, and so they'll change it up. The Leafs will still go with 11 forwards and 7 defensemen. It will be Sam Lafferty and Alex Kerfoot who will have rotating wingers tonight. No changes on defense. Ilya Samsonov gets the start in goal after he was the backup for a couple of games to Matt Murray, who they are trying to get ramped up again before the playoffs. Samsonov, there's a lot of talk about him not being quite 100%. Head coach Sheldon Keefe clarifying that. Of course, he looks all well and good, but who is 100% during this time? So that's really the look right now. And a couple of former Toronto Maple Leafs will be in the lineup for the Colorado Avalanche. Of course, Dennis Malgin was traded to Colorado earlier in the season. And so he's been a top 6 guy. They've been relying on him with a lot of injuries. So he has become a key player for the Avalanche as they try and claw their way up the standings. It would be something if they were just a wild card team going into the playoffs this year. And Alex Galchenyuk, who was with the Maple Leafs during the 2021 season, will be in the lineup for the Colorado Avalanche as well. So a couple of familiar faces. Myself and Rob Wong will have your post-game show. Make sure you rate and subscribe on all your favorite podcast platforms to Rink-Wide Toronto, presented by Bodog. From sports odds to free casino games, make a play at bodog.net. Rink-Wide Toronto, pregame, postgame, every game.